Toastmasters? Anybody hear of communication and leadership group Toastmasters? What they always do is applaud the speaker at the beginning and at the end. So I don't need applause now, but at the end. Want to practice your applause though? Why not? Let's just go. And then at the end, you can applaud. In fact, in Toastmasters, they almost applaud annoyingly too much. But you go to one and you'll see what I mean, but it's still good. We today are going to cover Facebook and LinkedIn. So first I've got to know a little bit about you. I already know most of your names. But tell me, who here, this is going to be sounding basic, but who here is on Facebook? Maybe not quite everybody, right? This is someone driven by where we're from, too, right? So we have Facebook. Now, within this group of people who are on it, maybe you don't use it anymore, I know, you probably migrated over to Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. I'm too old to talk about those things. Actually, I know Instagram and Twitter, but I've never once gone to Snapchat, so maybe someday. At any rate, how many of you folks have a business page or know about a business page? Business page? We've got a couple here. Hannah knows, Antonia knows. There are a couple. Okay, so today I'm going to be telling you about how businesses can have a presence on Facebook. Then the second part of my time with you will be on LinkedIn. So again, show of hands, who here has an account on LinkedIn? Maybe about half the class. And then within that group, how many of you would say you go into LinkedIn, like actually look at it once a month, twice a month, occasionally? Okay. You know, I get that mostly from folks out of the business world too. Maybe more of them have accounts, but a lot of them don't bother to go there. And for those who may say, what is she even talking about? LinkedIn is really a lot like Facebook, it is, yet it's more business oriented. And I mean business very broadly, not just for-profit business, but nonprofits are on there. To some extent, government people are on there, and also people in education and academia. So it really spans all the different sectors, let's call it. So I got involved in Facebook and LinkedIn 10 years ago. Well, LinkedIn even more, but actively. 10 years ago last fall, the year I turned 60. So those of you quick with math will see that now I'm 70, right? And it might be your grandma or something. Maybe your mother, if she had you late in life. So therefore, you may think, okay, but how does she know enough to help us? Fair question. Well, it was in March of 2010, so that would be 9 years ago, that my manager at the job I had noticed that when we rolled out social media to our clients and wanted them, say, like a Facebook page, to engage with us through Facebook, to follow us on Twitter, to follow us on LinkedIn, that get this, I, the oldest one on the team, was the one who caught on the most of social media and helped our clients to do that too. So back then, my manager turned to me one day and said, he was 35, just to put this in context, and I was, I said, 61, and he said, Joyce, since you so obviously are good at helping our clients get involved in our social media, have you ever thought of helping other people in your baby boomer generation? So Lisa's probably on the younger end of that. I don't forget your exact age, but maybe she's an older Gen X. We won't reveal her age.
It's not a secret. In August, I will be 59.
Whoa, okay. So this year, since baby boomers were born between 1946 and 1964, easy to remember, right? Therefore, the youngest baby boomers are turning 55. Again, maybe the age of your parents, approximately. And all the way up to those in their 70s, like me. I'm on the older end. So when he said that, had I ever thought of helping other people in my age group and baby boomers with social media, I got kind of a shiver almost. Because you know what, folks, there I am, 3 or 5 years away from retirement with not a clue of what to do after retirement. And trust me, Lisa knows, I have way too much energy and enthusiasm to be sitting at home with a husband. This would not be a good picture, really. He's a regular retired guy. I'm not a regular retired lady. So here I am. People have asked me, well, how do you actually do your business? I don't want to take much of our precious time, but very briefly, let's pretend that Lisa here had her own business and she wanted to use Facebook for business purposes. So I would sit down with her and help her to do things we'll talk about today. So I don't go over and take over her social media. They call that social media management. No, I don't want to get that close to any one business owner, even though I really like Lisa. I'm a teacher at heart. I have degrees in teaching and in business, and my goal in life is to help as many people as possible understand social media better than they did when they first met me. So I'm honored to come into any time a classroom like this. What a treat for me, because I love your age group, I really do. And actually, though most of you are probably in the Z generation, born maybe after 1997 or so, I'm a lot like millennials. You know, those ones that were born between 2000 and about 1995 or 97. But at any rate, that's my story. And then I also help people through Zoom. I don't use Skype. Probably a lot of you, especially those from other countries, use Skype. I never quite figured it out, so I use Zoom, which is a virtual screen sharing platform is how I use it. So that's how I help my clients. And I do trainings like this. So please do interrupt me if there's questions that I have. And also, I'll admit it, I am known to talk just a shade too fast. I'm not sure why, but it's probably when I get a little nervous, and even though I've done this kind of thing before, I have a little bit of nerves, you know, coming into this. So let's jump into Facebook, and you will get all these slides, like Lisa said. You'll get them after the class. So first we're going to do just a quick overview. Why even bother with Facebook? Well, with Facebook you have what's called brand awareness. People will hear about your business. Hannah, do you have a page yourself? What is the nature of your page?
I do a lot like what you do, but social media management.
Wow, what's the name of your business and your business page?
Just Hannah Patton. I haven't developed it much because...
It's okay, we won't critique it. Just Hannah, this is business page, not personal, right?
business.
Okay, and is that spelled O-M like that? And then watch carefully, folks. So we're gonna look for Hannah Patton, not people, but a page. We over here, see this?
Yeah.
So here she is. Oh, we gotta like Hannah. She needs more peeps. Okay, well, we're gonna have coffee, you and me, totally my new friend here. And we're gonna use hers as an example. We'll go back to Hannah a little bit later in this part of our program.
I actually mostly manage City Park Jazz, though.
Who's the one you manage?
I manage City Park Jazz. That's like my
City?
It's right there.
Oh, right below it. Oh, there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. So now I'd like to double page. Very nice. Very nice. Good job, Hannah. Good reviews. Wow, this is very exciting. But now, if you create a business page, I'm not going to take time to show you how to create it because really I want to show you kind of how it works. But here's where you can find it a couple of places. You can find it over here under shortcuts. I'll go there today, or over on the right-hand side. So, or here, maybe this is quick. So notice I have, this page looks kind of like your personal page for those of you, or sometimes they call it timeline. For those of you who've been on LinkedIn, but it is a few differences in features. So brand awareness. So she's helping City Park Jazz be better known through their Facebook page. Also, it can increase your rank in Google searches. And also, go back to the right one. And you know, a lot of things I like about being on Facebook as a business owner is, let's say again, Lisa and I are friends anyway, is say if she was also my client, then when she gets, you know, something exciting going on in her life, she takes a trip, she gets, you know, joins a group or anything, so I can track with her personally by being friends with her on Facebook. So I'm a big proponent actually these days. When you are in business, you know, be careful and be selective. Be friends with people you're associated with through business. It has a lot of value. And then they in turn can be connected to you. Also, the more friends you have on Facebook, then you can invite those people to like your page. We'll get to that here just shortly. So first, let's break this apart. Now here, that picture of Hannah, if I may critique you just a little, I would love to see more of a picture like this. It could be a little more arts, you know, kind of more edgy. That's fine. You're younger, you've got your style. But I could hardly see you in that picture. So that's when you want to have either or if you have a nifty logo, use your logo. That's fine. Yes, Emily?
I have one that you can critique too.
Ooh, Emily's got one. Wow, let's go look real quick at Emily's.
It's Moonchild.
Moon, like one word?
Yeah.
Just Moonchild or is there more?
Yeah.
Whoa, you got that name, all right. So if we're going to Moonchild, where are we? Here we go. Yikes, pages. Is this a?
No, that's not me. It's the, you're probably not, let me see what you're calling.
Poor Emily gets embarrassed. Do you have it connected to your personal page?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's look at it that way. What's your last name, Emily?
Emerson.
Oh, easy. I mean, hopefully there's not a million Emily Emersons. So if we go to Emily Emerson, and now we're looking at people, we don't want pages yet.
The artisans and
I'm sorry?
the artisans.
So there, that's you, okay. So here's Emily Emerson. See, like a picture like that, that's fine for your personal page, right? Cool, people knows Emily, they know it's her, goofing off, whatever. So now watch here, she works at the Artisan Center as a sales associate. Now we're going over to her business page. It's not Moonchild yet, right?
No.
So we'll
That's-
find, well, we'll like it
Artisan
anyway,
Center's
it's
great.
very nice, right? So, and then is there, I don't see the Moonchild, but you know, I don't want to spend too much time.
Yeah,
But we can,
don't.
but anyway, we're kind of getting an idea of the navigation of it. So going back to back to what you, so you catch on to how to have, and that will vary, either a logo, or if like me, I am my business. So my logo, who identifies my logo? No, not really, people don't, they identify it as me. Then up here you have essentially a banner photo, like you'd see at the top of a website, you probably studied that. And so and this should be consistent with like your Twitter banner and other places you hang out, in your digital presence. So that's what you have there. And then the one thing too, by the way, with this banner, you shouldn't really have like the Artisan Center, we'll have them. They didn't have, it didn't say the Artisan Center, like in practically flashing lights. It was an image there. So that's what you want. You want, here's my name, but it isn't like boom, right out there. And also, you know what you can do now? You can use a video, a short video, as opposed to a still picture, which is very cool. So now we're kind of we're starting to learn our way around the business page. Now there's sections of the page, and we're just gonna hit certain ones of them, and they're all like listed here. And they will vary by the type of business and which, you might call it tabs. Think of it like tabs across a top of a website, or when you're on your mobile, phone scrolling through and you see the sections. So that's what these are, essentially sections of the page. And I think what I'll do is just go to the main sections rather than, take too much time going through everything. Let's start with about. Again, about is like, you see, maybe there are a lot of parallels to websites. You have an about section of a website. So here, you will see my about section. And, let me get to the right part of this. Let me show you the very top, make sure it's about. I think I got it to the wrong place. Oh well, here it goes. All right, watch carefully. You can have 3 categories when you create a business page. So say like City Park Jazz, could be musical events, could have the word jazz. But you have to have words that Facebook has in its little dictionary. So it's frustrating, I'll say, because sometimes there's just not a word that works. So I use business consultant, marketing consultant, and tutor teacher. All 3 of these words will display when you go to my page. And feel free, a lot of you have your computers out. It would be such an honor if you would like my page, just saying. Use a few more likes, all right? Haven't had any in a few weeks. So go to the boomers. It's a little tricky because there's more than one boomer. Then there's an apostrophe. Then by the time you get to social, you should probably find me, social media tutor. Anyway, so there we have the 3 words. Then you have something called a URL. So say like with Emily's Moonchild page. Well, maybe somebody already has Moonchild after Facebook.com. Oh, we see this, and then I know who the popular kids are. I can really thank you. My personal Tomas, thanks. Hannah, thank you. So at any rate,
There's a space.
yeah, that's it, Moonchild. We'll go find it. So then that's what you want to have there. Actually, let's go. So is it Moonchild?
It's Moonchild Girl, apparently. I don't.
Okay, now we know. Moonchild Girl, that's going to make it easier. Pages. Moonchild, oh, we can find it. Sometimes it just takes a little while.
It's an art page.
It's an art page.
So it's an art, it would be under artist, be under.
Oh, where should I be looking?
Because there's categories on the side, so you can like
So
narrow
you
it
can
down.
narrow it
Oh,
down.
thank you. Boy, you're helping me. So help me, where's the
On the
category?
left.
Keep going left.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Oh, gosh, you learn something every day. There it is. Moon, did I go the right one? Artist?
There's a picture of me.
And a picture of Emily. Oh, it'll be so exciting when we find this. Moon, child, girl. Apparently, did you see it? Stop me if I go too fast and I go right by it.
Oh, wait, I thought you just, Moonchild, nope, closing.
Yeah, I would give up.
Oh, but I'm sad. Send me the link. I want to like your page.
I will send it.
Okay, so that's the thing you do. We'll talk about that here in a short. So let's say we go back to my page. What did I make back there? Kind of quick, maybe not. Just one more thing up in back. All right, so I gotta move. This is gonna confuse me. So the other thing I want to show you in about, besides basics, okay? Down here. Why is it being like that? I gotta start again. I'm just gonna refresh. Back to about. So along with this, with your phone number, basic stuff, then you would have the about. But before I skip the basics, one thing that students have mentioned in the past I appreciate learning about is Google Voice. Anybody here ever heard of Google, like we all know Google? Google Voice. What is Google Voice? It's free, and you can connect it to your cell number, to your mobile phone number. And what does that mean? Then you don't get a regular voicemail like you do on your phone, but it goes in through your Gmail, and you get a little transcript, and you can play it hear it too. And the nice thing is you're not giving out your personal information, are you? On Facebook or resume even, or anywhere. So I would use a number like that for LinkedIn, for Facebook, if you for businesses, if you do that. And then, this is the part I want to show you. People will sometimes get all flowery. Oh, if you love jazz, you'll really want to come on down to City Park Jazz or something. I mean, that's okay, because jazz is in there. But what do you have? You have jazz concerts, you have jazz performances. You're thinking about, if people were just new to Denver looking for jazz, people search on Facebook, they do. Not just on, on Google or other search engines, they search right here. I found my air conditioning people on Facebook. So that's what you want, is words that people might be looking for. And then here is where you can tell, excuse me, being maybe too loud, you can tell your story. So this is where the place, like say you maybe manage it, like Emily does with the Artisan Center, it could say, how did the Artisan Center get started? Tell us a little more about it. What does it do? And then notice, you can put your website in there again. You can also put links to other social sites. So say a lot of these places probably are on Instagram, right? They can put their Instagram in there, they can put their Twitter. Their LinkedIn would be more like for a person, but maybe they have a LinkedIn company page, maybe? No, not as many as Facebook Business. And maybe there's a meetup. Anybody here participate in meetups? Ever go to meetups? I highly recommend meetup, especially when you're new to Denver and you want to meet people with shared interest. You all like golden retrievers or something, whatever it might be. Maybe you like jazz. Maybe you want to go hiking, and they have the energetic hiking club or something. But anyway, meetup. I've got people who want to learn more about meetup in my meetup group. So that's our story. Now here's a nifty thing to do. So here's Emily. If you haven't already done this, I'm going to think about you for an example. Make sure to put yourself as a manager of your own page, right? See, remember when we went over it, maybe, because there's two ways you can link your personal page with your Facebook page, and I'll show you the other one in just a bit. But this means that when people see this and they want to know more about me, I'm okay with that. Not everybody is, especially maybe if you're managing hands going, no, I don't want that. I'm just here under the radar doing my thing. I don't want to know about my wild, crazy life at UCD here, no. So that's very legitimate. But for me, I'm pretty transparent. Trust me, when I went to college, I won't tell you, the stories, but it's a good thing. Your parents and grandparents have probably said this. We didn't have social media in the 60s and early 70s. I'd be in deep doo-doo. So yes, I agree with you. I think that's a good point. All right, so now we've got our page kind of going, basics. let's think about getting people to like your page. They used to call that fans back in the day. Now they call them likes. So that's why I say it's kind of handy to have friends. I mean, to a point, you don't want to overdo it. See these 3 little dots here, and this again, this will all be in the slides. See these 3 dots here by share? So we're going to go down here to invite friends. So now Facebook is going to show me a bunch of friends I've invited, people not invited. I do have quite a few friends. And here's somebody, oh, Charlotte. I just was with her on Saturday at a conference. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. I told you about that, right, Lisa? Well, you saw the whole, she edited the blog post, of course she knows about it. So there it is. So I'm going to invite her. I'm going to send her an invite. See, that's very easy to do. But I would be selective. Don't invite all your friends because they're not all going to be interested in your business page or the one you might manage. Now maybe you're in a Facebook group. Some of you might be in a group. Anybody here in a Facebook group? You know what they are? They're collections of people, kind of in a way like Meetup, but it's all through Facebook. And let's say I want to look at, see I was looking last night at this, see who I could ask to like my page. Well maybe, no, I don't think there's that many people in this group. I know there is a place. So, oh, I know, this is for Toastmasters. Now I happen to know Toastmasters around the world because I've gone to their conventions, but here is a local Toastmaster. She might like my page. Dan, I just saw her the other day at an event. So would I have thought in my mind to look up her name and invite her to like my page? No, I don't think so. I don't see her that often. But here she comes right to mind. Let's see if there's maybe 1 or 2 other people. There was somebody, oh yeah, I bought her book. She should, I don't know, so there's just a couple of ladies. So then what will happen? These people up here in their globe, or some people have a bell now, in this icon part of their personal Facebook, you may have noticed that so-and-so has asked you to like such and such page. I don't know that I have any examples right here. So that's where you would see it. Or here, a page I like to change their name. So it keeps you up to date on business pages. So now maybe we'll get some more people liking our page. And oh, the other way you can do it is you can share the page. So watch carefully. You know, you can, so I'm going to share this page, my business page, go over to my personal. So now we're sharing onto my timeline, Joyce's timeline. And I'll say, it would be great, please, let's say something real basic, you know, please like my page. So hard to type in here. Like my business page, if you haven't already, to get social media tips and hear and learn about my classes here in the Denver area. So notice something. There is an audience. Have you ever noticed this on Facebook? There's an audience option. The default is friends. I advise friends, right? Because you don't want just the whole world knowing about your personal life, as Hannah's already said. No way. So, but here I would make this a public audience, like that. See there? And we're going to post it. Now this goes over to my personal Joyce page. But here's a trick. Remember that when you change your audience, as some of you may know, we go over to Joyce here, thinking, I don't necessarily want other things I post to be seen by people more than my friends, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go right, I'll just like click on this, and I'll go down, see here to public, and this is not the stories, we aren't going into stories, just post, and I'm going to change it to friends. So now I'm set. So I don't inadvertently have more than my friends see a post that I had put up for myself personally. So those are ways we can get more people to know about a page. But then, we should start posting to the page, shouldn't we? I mean, that'd be kind of boring. A page isn't just a website that just sits there. It's dynamic. That's the whole point of social in media. So then you're going to think, I want to post to my page. So we go over, probably quickest way, oh, I haven't finished my post. I don't know. I'm just going to, if I haven't, that's all right. I can always do it later. So go down to the page again, and I'm going to post. And this, I don't want to take too much time on it because it's so much like your regular Facebook posting, but not everybody here is familiar with Facebook, so I want to keep that in mind. So here it says right here, write a post. So I'll just probably overpost a bit, but just as a special day. So having a wonderful time sharing Facebook tips, I'll say it, tips on using Facebook and LinkedIn with students at, what's the name of this class, Lisa?
Writing for the media.
And the writing, critique my writing, anybody here, I go through it, writing for the media class here at, and not everybody's from Denver, the university is, or is it University of Colorado at Denver?
CU Denver.
CU Denver, okay, but they don't all know CU, right? Because they could be in another country.
True.
People. So what would be the fancy dancy official name?
University of Colorado.
At Denver, right? Is what
Mhm.
it is, okay. Or just Denver maybe, like that? Close enough, okay. Perfect. Now, oh, watch this, one more thing. Thanks to the class instructor, can I call you then? I don't know, like professor or teacher, okay. Class instructor Lisa Dickstein, oops. Lisa Dickstein, did you have your middle name in there?
Yeah.
N-A-P?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
There it is. Okay. For inviting me. So now we've done this, right? So now we can scroll down, and normally I would put a picture in there and stuff, but I just want to be efficient. And, oh, here's the cool thing. Watch this carefully. You cannot do this in your personal card. If you want to schedule, say I wanted this post, well, maybe it's not a bad idea since I just posted that other one. Okay, watch. So schedule, and I can pick when to schedule it. I'm going to pick today. Let's make it like PM. Oh, it's probably PM now. And we'll make it, oh, that's pretty good. Let's make it 5. Okay, schedule. But then you still got to schedule the post. There's 2 steps. So isn't that slick? You can take, as these ladies know, your whole post for the week, the month, whatever. Boom, 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 and then you're done. So a lot of people, maybe not your age so much, but the older ones are like, whoa, Joyce, I have to put all this time in Facebook. No. I'm like, get over it. There's ways to address that. Schedule your post. But then, when people comment, then you should be tracking on that, right? So you could do other things, but I just want to show the basics. Short amount of tests, ideally a photo, post regularly and throughout the call. You can connect it to Instagram. Did you all know that? Probably you ladies knew that. You knew that. Do you have a page to that, Tony? Okay, but you knew about the feature. So like say I'm on my smartphone, right here, and I post it to Instagram, and then I have this option. Maybe not all my Instagram posts, what I want, but ideally you just use Instagram for business, but I talk about like my puppies and stuff. So, or the fact that my husband and I gave each other the exact same card for our anniversary on Monday. In 47 years, that's a first. So how about that? Just to be married that long is amazing, isn't it? So here, I'll show you how that came over on Instagram. You just got to look down. I think it's probably my most recent post before the one. Maybe there's one in between. Come on. Okay, here we go. Oh, here it is, right there. Is that cute or what? So you can see why I got 369 people reached it and 137. That's a lot of engagements, meaning they actually, liked it or looked at it or, opened it up, paid attention. So it popped up in the newsfeed of 369 people and 137 said, oh, what's that? Isn't that something? That's just like a golden retriever looked when he was little, now he's just a big old 80 pounds and a big troublemaker. But I mostly like my golden. So it's okay once in a while to put up posts like that. Then another kind of post you can put up are videos. Oh, this segued nicely. So here's a video where I pay money. Like we have a video here, like they don't have to pay money. That's a professional video. I dress kind of nice, hopefully. It's a good video, So, but here I actually paid money, short video, a couple minutes, and then you can put up a video instead of a picture. Or, people here, you probably tried Facebook Live, right? Facebook Live is a lot of fun. It's something you can do right in the moment. Like, use a home movie, though most of you too young to know what that term even means, maybe, but a home movie is just something you do more casually. So it's okay, if you don't have your makeup on, if you're a gal, or if you're wearing your hat, you can look just like you look right now, you look great. And you guys. So you could come out and get your movie going, you just do it on here, most people would. I think it's great for interviewing people. Maybe you have a client, you want to have them talk about something and you're more like a news person or something, you know, anybody doing a quick interview, and they talk for 30 seconds, a minute, gets up there. So there you go. So it gets a lot of attention. Videos are always good. You may talk about them more in other classes or maybe more in this class. That's why I like videos. And especially, you have to get over yourself. I mean, I'm not you guys, I can't be so young, I was old, but the point is sometimes you can get super sensitive and you think, oh, I hate the way my hair looks, or, you know, I'm too fat. You know, gosh, people don't care. They just want to see you. So now, respond to your comments. Help them more things on Facebook, but then I'll get to LinkedIn, so I'm trying to watch my time. Are there any questions so far? I'm trying to make sure I don't move along in a too rapid a clip. Okay, so we have comments. People will comment on our post. So if I go down to here, there was recently somebody, maybe that was in LinkedIn though, actually. Oh, here there were some comments. Yeah. So, and she even put a little GIF up. Isn't that cute? You know that video GIFs, they're fun, right? You 11 more comments. Well, I guess I got quite a few comments. So I want to pay attention to the comments. I want to respond to the comments. So I think I'm up to date with them pretty much, yeah. So I, you know, pretty basic reply. Because again, the functionality is just like on regular Facebook. So, yeah, and if you have a really weird comment, you can actually, I remember, have this straight. You can hide the comment. You can hide the comment. You can even ban that person from your page. You can. Just like you can ban them from your whole Facebook account. I've had people write in other languages on my business page. Well, that's annoying. I don't know what they're even saying. So I would ban a person like that. I mean, it has to be kind of extreme. Or they're all promoting their own business on my page. That's not fair. So I would ban them. So that's where you could do it. So over here, see this here? Delete or hide the comment. Ask me afterwards if I actually did. In fact, any of you, I do Zoom. Like I said, it's easy to use. I would do like a 10 or 15 minute Zoom session with you if there was something really in particular I didn't cover or didn't quite have enough time to cover. Actually, you can delete the comment. So make sure you just track it. Now, let's say you want more people to see your post, right? Big problem is, you ladies know, anybody doing business pages, very small percentage of the people liking the page will typically see anything on the page. There's a couple things we'll do. So we'll go back to City Park Jazz and use that as an example. City Park Jazz, right? Okay, here we go. So notice I like this page. Here we are, City Park Jazz. But I don't want to miss a beat. Oh, that was on purpose, right? Music, okay. From what's going on with them. And so here's what I can do. I'm going to here, and I will click on See First. See that? So I went to following, just hovered over following. So you ask your people to do this. I would send them however you communicate, maybe an email, and say, hey, I know you've been a great follower, you come to our events, we want to make sure you don't miss anything, and we just love to have you seeing our posts. Put it See First. Okay, so it's one way. Another way is they can go down to notifications and click on the pencil. Now, instead of just having highlights, which means now and again, usually not too often, will I even be notified, but watch, if I do standard and done, it's very likely that up here, anytime Hannah or others put a post up on that business page, it will tell me there is a post. You know, it doesn't tell you what's about. It'll say City Park Jazz has a post. Where's that effect? I think, or sharing a link, or, you know, so they keep you up to date. So those are some ways to get more visibility and more engagement, really, too, with your posts that I put on your page. More reach. And then, let's talk about reviews. You've heard of Google reviews, right? Maybe you've written them, maybe you've read them, entities you're part of. Well, you can review now I haven't, so here's where, we'll just do it on this page and not go all the way through. So I click on review on the left, and then it might take a minute. Now, it will ask me if I want to recommend it. So if I click yes, and then I won't take time now, but a little space opens up right over here to the right, and then I can type in what I think of City Park Jazz. And the people on that page cannot get rid of that review, right? Can't. So if it's not a good review, you might want to get in touch with that person if you know them and see what you think. That person could remove the review. That person could revise the review, but only that person, not you. I mean, that's just how this works. You probably know all that. So at any rate, this is a great review here, although it goes down a little bit. So he's got a just 3+, to the 3, not a 5. So now watch this, you get a whole conversation going. So we don't have time to get into this is about music. But that's how you could have reviews on your page. So I should be more proactive. I don't think I've had a review in a few months. So I could just ask people. You know, it's not a big ask, I don't think. Well, finally, before we move over to LinkedIn, and again, if you have any more questions, we'll jump into them. How can we already talked about connecting your business page to your personal page. Well, the one way you can do it, I already showed you, was here. You go to your About, like I did, and then it'll say, I mean, I've already done it, but it will say right here, do you want to add yourself as a team member? Now, you can be maybe not the top level administrator, maybe you're called an editor. So in other words, you don't have the power to shut down that page. And be very careful, by the way, who you have helping with your page. Because only people you really trust, like your sister, you know, or your best friend should be, or your business partner should have that highest level of administrator. But the editors, and correct me if I'm wrong, can show that they're connected to that page because they have a page role. They're maybe not in charge. So see now, then we go over to the personal page. Oh, look at that. Oh, aren't you sweet? Ask and you shall receive. Thank you. I'll go back to it. So now, I'm going back to Joyce. So this is the other thing I want to show you. Notice over here, see when I've done that, here's this what it does. I manage that page. So it's a hyperlink back to my business page. Do you see that? Now another thing I can do, but not everybody's been successful with this, frustrating. I can go to About, and then I can add the page as a workplace. See, watch this. As a workplace. So say I worked here at UCD. So I would go, I don't know how the page, I looked it up. UCD Denver. There it is. Okay. So say I would put that in here. I'd have, you know, instructor. It's in Denver. What's my role? When did I start? It's almost kind of like LinkedIn here in a way. So you put that in there, and then you can announce it, make that public, of course. So that's another way to tie your business page to your personal self. Because it will, sometimes it works, sometimes not. I don't know why. But then we're just going to cancel. But another thing you can do is here, contact and basic info. So here you can add your website, you can add your other social links here. So now you can help them, they can find your other places, my YouTube. I should have that meetup group here. I don't know, I probably haven't been in here. All this information you can hide, probably know that. Or you want people to know your birthday, right? I know most people do, but I have a fake birthday because somebody told me, I hope this is true, in general, if you have a fake birthday, you're less apt to be hacked on Facebook. I know, might be an old watch too. But that's a day before my real birthday, and that's a year, so I'm younger than I really am. So I'm like a day and a year now. But I hijack this, who needs? I know a lot of people leave that year in there, I think, kind of tacky personally, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so there we have it. So now, I think we've covered, I forgot. One more thing, here. See this right here, this is called the intro. Now you might want to just talk about yourself. You know, you like music, you like to hike, you like flowers, whatever you like, gardening. But here, if you have a business presence and you want to be known in your personal part of your life, for your business presence, you add, it's only 90 characters, so you gotta be really, really succinct, I guess would be the word. So let's go back and thank Lisa, who helped me out here. So here I have, well actually it should be up here, a review. Here she is, Lisa. Now it tells me, so isn't that handy? So I had that little flashing thing, but maybe I didn't touch it. So I would just go like, and I'll say thanks, thanks so much, Lisa. So this is, the part, the sociable part, the appreciative and courteous part. Okay, so we'll circle back to that. So I believe I've got my Facebook covered. How are we doing on time?
About a half an hour.
But, perfect. Okay, that's the way we planned this. So I'd have a little more time on Facebook, right? A little less on LinkedIn. So, okie doke. So now we're going over to LinkedIn. Again, last call for questions, but I am just a phone call and email away. Friend me even, seriously. I mean, it sounds weird, but if you want to, I'm cool. Let's see, here we go, LinkedIn. And I should be all, security check. Maybe it's because I did, I don't know, it's my own computer, really. Okay. What? Oh, great. Okay, select all vehicles with, help me here if I say, okay, there's a vehicle, that's still part of the vehicle, right? Just vehicles. Traffic lights, would it be the whole bar, do you think? This one's ridiculous. Okay. Was there another one? Oh, there was another one. I missed it. I think it'll let me in anyway. Okay, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. How are we gonna look up? Yeah, all right, okay. So whenever we go into LinkedIn, we always go in, like with Facebook, into what's called the kind of home page, where you're gonna see the news feed. But it does look a little different already, doesn't it? So broadly speaking, what is LinkedIn? Again, doing an overview. LinkedIn, here's the big difference, actually. Whereas Facebook, we have a personal presence, that's our personal timeline, our page, our account. That's where we mostly would have personal stuff, right? Not maybe once in a while business stuff, but it's a bit personal. Then we have the business page. That's your business presence. That's where you have that part of you going, whether you have you work somewhere, maybe you're more likely if you have a business of your own, or you represent somebody other business, you help them. But on LinkedIn, here's the big difference. Your personal part is like your business page. Really, it's sort of like your resume on steroids, if that makes sense. It is, it's so much more than a very boring resume. Because like Facebook is interactive. And people, well here's another big difference. They can't like write on this page. That's, you know how people say happy birthday, or whatever it is, or wasn't that fun, Saturday night, great time, something like that. No, they cannot, there's no functionality for them to write on this profile. But the thing about LinkedIn is you get out into the work world no matter where you live. Go back to China, go stay here, move to Mexico, move to Germany, wherever you live, there's LinkedIn. It is so cool because you're just a click away from anywhere in the world from a business standpoint. Yes, Lisa?
Guys, I want to ask you a question. Do you have access to LinkedIn in China? Because I know that internet is really...
Oh, good question.
There's a Chinese version.
You have the Chinese version. So you wouldn't have access to this LinkedIn, but you can use all the same concepts on the one there.
Yeah.
And then can you though connect outside of China, or does it really keep you within China?
I think we can.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah, talk about just that. So it's just you can be on LinkedIn with each other. Maybe you think, oh, I kind of like that girl, but Facebook, really? I don't know. I don't feel quite that close to her. But she seemed pretty sharp in class, or he asked great questions. I don't want to lose track of him. So the cool thing about LinkedIn is a very nice way to keep track of Lisa and any of the rest of you. I mean, think about it. I wish we had LinkedIn back when I was in college. Just people that I knew from then I could still be in touch with, even though these many decades later. And you can even help to get a job. People have been approached through LinkedIn, practically, not exactly offered a job, but say, are you interested in this job? And they've gotten their jobs that way, which is pretty awesome. Now let's look at the elements of our profile. So here we have, again, the same picture. I think it's good to be consistent. Then the difference here, though, is when you go, if you were to find me, say if you don't have a computer, you have the LinkedIn app, though, maybe, the mobile app, and you find me there, well, you know what happens is you'll see that my picture, dominates that top part, so that you don't, and it's here in the middle, though. Why do they do that? So it's very annoying, because that means you really only have, I don't know how much you can see this, but see the picture there? See that? And see how it kind of really blocks out a lot of that background photo, right? So you have to be kind of, creative maybe is a word, but only this top maybe quarter and this right hand maybe third or quarter. Can you really put anything in there that people can see here? Or possibly just above this picture here, too. So that's the thing to say. So you don't have to, it can be just the blue background, which you probably would have, those of you on LinkedIn. Who are my LinkedIn people again? I want to say we got this gentleman in the back. Brendan and Hannah and Emily and Tanya, Tomas and you're on too on LinkedIn? Yeah, you are. What's your first name again?
Frida?
Frida, right. Thank you, everybody. Okay. So yeah, just help me like chime in too. Those of you who are on it, you have things you can add in. So, but here again, this is where I see a lot of people like, let's say these two were a couple, all right? So Frida here and Tomas, he's got like his arm, you know, he's a couple, he's on a party or something. So she takes this picture and she kind of crops it, but you can still see like his hand on her shoulder. And that just, okay for Facebook, but not on LinkedIn, folks, right? This is, we want just you, we don't care who you're dating, you know, right? We don't care you have a puppy, I don't care. That's cool again on Facebook. LinkedIn's a little more, I'm gonna say buttoned down, a little more official, might be a word. So, okay, so then you have something called a headline. Now, I get maybe a little carried away, but I have a lot of things to say. I have different audiences. I have your business people, I have your small business people. I have, what do I do? Social media trainer. But I specialize in LinkedIn, so I want to stress that. These are all search terms, like you've heard of search engine optimization, right? SEO. This helps me with SEO, so I rank higher. And I have my cool tagline, making social media simple, easy, and fun. So far, hopefully that's happening today, because that's my approach, is not to be all stuffy or anything. But that is somewhat longer than 120 characters. It's 47 characters longer, actually, to be specific, than I could do on the computer. So there's a cool, those of you on LinkedIn, get on there. You can go to your mobile app, click on the pencil, and then you can put more characters into your profile, if it's appropriate. I'm not saying you should, but you can. You can. So that's how I did that. So this whole top part, you edit the top part through this pencil, so let's just go in there. So we go to the top part, here we have the headline, my current position, where I went to college. Anybody here from Wisconsin? I don't think so, yeah. Nice day, but cold, don't be there, too cold. Let's see, here we are. Okay, and then the summary. I'll show you the summary again in a minute, but I want you to notice the summary, which is sort of really like a story. Let's call it a story about you. You came from another country, you go to college here. All of that part would be good putting in. Why you have the degree you're in, where you work part-time. Just a little bit about you. It doesn't have to be 2,000 characters, but I have a little story how I got to do this, how people benefit. You go down, and if you have any other place, like a website, and here, look at this, you can have a testimonial. So maybe like Lisa could write you a testimonial, right? Or a student even could. And you could do that, and it helps to, there's a term, have you ever heard of it, some of you? Social proof. Social proof. In other words, other people say you're good at what you're doing. Not only you bragging yourself up, other people can attest to that. They can verify, like, yep, like Lisa just did in that nice recommendation on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So you don't even have to be connected to them on LinkedIn to have this testimonial there. You just probably should get their permission. But maybe you have an email, you have a letter of reference, whatever you have, then ask them if you could put it in your LinkedIn summary. Again, here's a way to make LinkedIn less boring, because let's just face it, LinkedIn is not fun. It is not like where I go to see what's going on with my friends, because it's no business, right? But you can do things, remember those videos? You can add videos, you can add still pictures, like a picture of a performer who came to City Park Jazz. What's Moonchild Girl about again, Emily?
I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
I do a lot of like fine art and like kind of mixing like illustration and like computer stuff.
Wow.
Multimedia sort of.
Right, you don't want to be giving away your creative work, but you could have a photo of it, of an image or something. You could even, theoretically, have a short PowerPoint. Maybe I think they take Prezi too, where you have like, here are the 5 ways I create this art. Here's how, the step-by-step, how I do it. I mean, just interesting things. Or a link to a website, a link to a blog, something like that.
I have a website too.
Yeah, see, all these things we can use, see me afterward. All right, so that's called media, and see that it appears here. You can also, because your students, heck, you can add media way down here in college. You know, way back when I was in college, they sure didn't have any of this stuff, no computers even. Oh, maybe by the time I went to business school, they did this one. But But at any rate, you can add media to your UCD experience. Think about it. Things you've done for a class. Maybe you did a research project and you have 5 key points you learned. And it relates to the field you're going into. Wow, people can learn about you from that. And from any job you had where it's relevant, again, that would be like Hannah with the City Park Jazz or others here, you can add it to any event. And see, this is how the PowerPoint looks. I'm not saying this is the best PowerPoint in the world. I'm trying to open it up, here we go. And so it's just slides. It goes back and forth, so I don't want to have to take time. But you can go look at it on your own. And if you work at a place, maybe you've been promoted, you like advance within the company, and they have a company page, then you can show this advancement. See, mine is more like a different offerings, or than advancement. So that's an experience. But I skipped over something really important, and that is your contact information, right here. So, think about it. Maybe you have, remember I talked about Google Voice? Here's a good place to put it again, right? Here's my I'll call it my public facing number. But let's say I had a Gmail that I used on my resume, that I used more sort of professional. Then what I would do, say you created your LinkedIn, those of you on LinkedIn, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, on your regular, Gmail, you're too young to be using Yahoo and Hotmail, maybe you do, I don't know. My daughter still does. She goes, that's all right, I'm not trying to disparage anybody's email address. But maybe you prefer to have that business type of email, Gmail's fine, be displaying here on your LinkedIn. Keep the earlier one on it, but just add that new one and make it primary. I can show you how to do that just offline. And then any website, see this is where you add that, Emily? You add your website, you would add a meetup group if you wanted, or even your Facebook business page. So you can add that. You have 3. You have 3 places that you can do that. Do you have a business, Brendan, or how do you happen to be on? You're on LinkedIn, right?
Well, I created LinkedIn when I got out of the military, so I could keep all those connections I made, and
Right.
also just keep building that up.
What's your last name?
Oh, I haven't been on it in a long time.
It's okay, but I just thought maybe I'd connect
Fisher.
with you just for, I'm going to skip ahead to show you something. What's
Fisher.
your last name?
Fisher, F-I-S-H-E-R.
F-I-S,
H-E-R.
not with a C. Is that right?
Yep.
Now watch this, we're going to look for all results, so it should be Brendan Fisher, right? Did I put his whole name in there, didn't
Yep.
I should, let me just hit enter. So, come on. Why does this say Brendan? Kind of annoying. I'm not wrong. Let's try it again. Oh wait, I think maybe you did. Brendan Fisher. I just want to, because a lot of times people, yeah, mine was like, I'd call it dormant for a really long time. Search here. See all these ice cream bread. Maybe it'd be hard to find you. It's A, so it's, remember it's 2 E's, right, Brendan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Brendan, maybe you're just like too far away from me somehow. We don't have any like shared connections. Let me see, sorry about that, but who else could I try here?
You can use mine.
Who was that, Antonio, were you on?
You can use mine.
Yeah, I can do, I just want to make a new friend.
Oh, okay, go right ahead.
Right, that's okay. Who's that, Tomas, did you say you're on it?
Yeah, but mine might as well be written in Crayola and say I eat paste, because
What's
it's
the last name?
Bernal, B-E-R-N-A-L.
B-E-R?
N-A-L, yes.
Okay, well, we'll see here.
No, none
Kind of
of
hard
those.
to find, you see.
Yeah, it's that one, that's right.
This one here,
That's
okay.
me.
All right, so Tomas, all right, so here is Tomas. Okay, so here, I would probably know it's cool. I mean, you said just, all right, so I'm not gonna pick
No, by all means.
Right, so, but here, he could lead this. But if he's a gallery manager, manual gallery, ooh, just like art gallery,
Yeah, it's okay.
you could have cool pictures and maybe, I mean, you don't have to look all. You could just turn your face, like you can be like kind of edgy, art,
Some more face, do you think?
a little bit more to
A
see
little
your
more
face, yeah.
A little more
Because it'll be
face.
easier for people to recognize you, right?
Sure.
And so this is good. So he's got to start. This is great. So watch. So even though he's 3rd level, you can connect. So what does that even mean? You may be asking.
Peon.
That means, okay, let's say I was connected to Antonio. Antonio was connected to Frida. Frida?
Yes.
So she's my 2nd. He's my 1st, like a Facebook friend, and she's my 2nd level. They don't use this term on Facebook. Then Frida's connected to Tomas.
Also, could be
So you
good
see,
separation.
1, 2, 3, just like, yeah, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon separation, whatever you want to call it. So me, if you're connected to me, you are like 3 degrees away from anyone in the world. Maybe. I'm just saying, because I have 7,300 connections on LinkedIn. So I'm kind of a big user. So say I want to connect to him. So I click on connect, and then I want to add a note, even though he's sitting right here, I'm going to say, just to practice, you can say, let's connect on LinkedIn. So now say I can write him this note, and then he'll know who that person is, that I would, write longer in real life. And you have almost 300 characters. So now that's gone off to him. So then he can accept that or not, as the case may be. But I just wanted to just take a break from the profile, since I was thinking about that. Yeah, you're military. What did you do in the military, Brendan?
I was in satellite communications for SATCOM.
Mm-hmm. What service arm were you in?
Army.
Well, thanks for your service. I appreciate that. And you get close to those people, don't you, so very much.
Yeah, it helps me keep track, like, with just what they're doing in their lives.
Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful. So I wanted just to finish going through this just a little bit more. So we talked about our jobs, and then maybe if you're a leader of anything, even back in high school, president of the National Honor Society, captain of the soccer team, whatever it was. Heck, I would put that in as experience, a station like many of you are at. It shows your leadership, it shows your commitment. Beyond, certainly in the military, you would have your military duty and your roles in the military. And again, that's one we're going to be progressing up. So that's our jobs. Go back. Now we have schooling. Again, this would be your formal schooling. I know if any of you have a license in anything, type of license at all. Do you have, what would that be?
I have a lot of like certifications because I was a camp counselor, so like a lot of I'm certified in weather safety.
Oh, that'd be a great
first
example.
aid,
Yeah.
American Red Cross, stuff like that.
I would add that, yeah. So there's all kinds of certifications. And when you add it, you're gonna add it under something called accomplishments. You see it up here. Again, we won't go into it too much. You go to accomplishments, and then you look for certifications. And there is, it should be in here. Maybe because I already have mine listed. Once you have one, then you just add more. But if you didn't have one yet, you should see it in that list.
Like I'm first responder.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I would put those in there, absolutely. So those are, I want to take time on just a couple more things on your profile. So we've gone over a lot of the basic information part, and I want to talk about skills and recommendations. So skills, what is a skill? A skill is public speaking. A skill is essentially first responding. A skill is being an artist. A skill is, what's your major again, music? Or art, yeah, yours, Tomas.
It's like TV production and media communication. I might not say that actually on my LinkedIn.
Yeah, but that's okay. But you can change that later. So anyway, so going down here, so like Tomas, so we could have like, so if he was to add a skill, here we are in skills, so we would have media communication would be a term, make sure it's right. So you can add a skill. So say it was media communication, there it is, social media or just media. Again, you can make up your own, which is pretty cool. There it is, media communication, see? So I would put that in here and then add it. So that's how you get your skills in there. And then what you can do is really cool. You can change around the order. See what LinkedIn will do for your skills? They will just put them in the order of endorsements. So then normally social media marketing would be over LinkedIn training, right? But I can go in here and I could even move, like say I don't even want social media marketing. I can pull it out of there and I can go in and add something else. Maybe I'll put in business development. I mean, I change this up all the time. So now I have a new skill listed at the top. And I can even move these around. So if I want business development at the top, I can just move it up there. So even though I only have 4 endorsements, maybe it's a big part of what I do and help other people do. I don't know if that's the best example. So then, see, LinkedIn will group together skills. See, like industry knowledge, tools and technology, interpersonal skills. You can have up to 50, that's 50 skills. Not that you have to, but you have that. And what does that mean? It's good for search engine optimization again. It's good for showing off who you are, letting people know what you have to offer, your specific skills. But now if we go down to recommendations, that's much more like what Lisa just did for me on my business page. That's about me doing a particular job, so to speak, or my business in my case. So when I want to recommend someone, say, we'll take Lisa here, let's say, and I know I've recommended her for her work and money, so we go look her up. It's a good time to do this. See, she's probably got more than one listing in her work experience. You know, right? There's nice picture, Lisa. Very good. And interesting image in the back. Very thoughtful. So we go down to here, and then here's, okay, so notice this. She is a freelance writer and editor. I have endorsed her for that. And she's a private tutor, but Lisa, oh my goodness, you gotta add your work here with UCD. Where is that? That's missing. So therefore, she adds that, then I can't endorse her again for this main one, this one at the top, because you can't like, oh, she rocks. No, that's so silly. I could update it, like I can update a review on Facebook business page, but if I want to compliment her on her work with UCD, and it'll be kind of weird, maybe after the class, looks like you're sucking up to her otherwise, right? No, after class, and when your course is done, you can write her glowing things on LinkedIn. Get on LinkedIn.
And I'll get on that.
Good, go for it, Lisa. So then I can recommend her. So, but if I wanted to recommend her, I won't go all the way through. So if I want to recommend her, I have to be connected to her. That's the first thing. I'm going to recommend her, and then I'm going to select a relationship. So say I was a client. And maybe she was my tutor. So remember that tutor one, private tutor? So then I'd go here, and then I'd write my specific little text, you know, just 2 or 3 sentences of mine, or one like she wrote. Don't overthink this. And when you ask people, don't be all worried, oh my gosh, I could never ask him, I don't know him that well. I mean, this is even in a way less than a letter, what are those called? Letters of reference, you know, character, whatever, you're a good person. It should be meaningful, it should be specific. It shouldn't just be, oh, I'm trying to think what your first name is. So I know Chloe here. So say I know Chloe. I say, oh, Chloe's really sweet, she's really friendly, she's a hard worker. I'd recommend her. Well, hello, that doesn't say anything about what Chloe did in the context of how I know her. No, I want to say, you know, she made such a contribution in our team when we had a deadline that we had to face. She just stepped right in there and really helped out. She's one of the most organized people I've ever met. And if you want someone that's going to really work hard in the field of media communications, you should hire her or whatever. You should work with her. So you may just be a little bit longer. So that's what a recommendation is. I have so many because when I'm sitting with my clients face-to-face, or well, not so much over there, with Zoom, and we get to this part and they kind of balk at asking people, so how is this session going? And they go, fine. So would you be comfortable writing me a recommendation right now? Is that okay? I says, yeah, you doesn't have to be perfect. So then I get all these recommendations because I make them do it just to see how easy it is. That's kind of a trick. At any rate, where are we? We've gotten through, I think, pretty much the profile. And then if you want to update anything in yours, I have to go back to mine. We have a few more minutes. Okay, so if you want to update anything in the top part, there's that pencil, we've been in there. If you want to update anything in jobs, you want to click here. And again, just want to show you again, keep these always, you want short sentences and short paragraphs. I don't know if any of you are in IT, accounting, engineering. Those people tend to write a very dense, very long sentences and long paragraphs, and that does not work, as Lisa's probably already done over with you. So at any rate, so we've covered this here, and if you want to edit, and if you want to add a new one, like when Lisa adds her UCD job, she's going to click on the plus, and then she's going to add it. But just make sure that she doesn't let it mess with her headline, which is maybe spend some time with that headline. So you don't necessarily want to have your most current job be the same as your headline, because that's what LinkedIn will think you want. That's their kind of standard deal. So I have a couple
LinkedIn is really designed intentionally in that way for people who have a job, as opposed to people like us. who are entrepreneurs or
Right.
freelancers or things like
Yeah,
that.
that
So
have
for
freelancers.
most people, their current job is gonna be their headline. I'm the director of such and such,
Yes.
and that's what I do.
Exactly, so then it makes sense for them. But more and more in this economy, you're more like people like me and Lisa, who are entrepreneurs who have different income streams. So really, we just have to we have to make adjustments. So we've done the bit about connections. So I have people, a lot of people like my page, and I have, oh, nobody's asked me to connect on LinkedIn yet. Come on, folks, do this, please. All right, anybody here, quick on the update. The name is tricky, but you have it there in the board. So see if you can find me. I can get maybe one request from one of you all. But I saved this Rodney Tarver guy to show you because I want to ask your advice. So here's Rodney. First off, it troubles me that he doesn't tell me where he lives in his headline. Maybe he just needs my help, right? I could think of it like that. And we don't really see him too well either. So it's nice outfit. He looks very professional. So I know that I'm just one person away. We obviously have people in common. I can see them all right here. Just, you know how like on Facebook you can see your mutual friends? So I can see all these people. But what's really odd is look at this. Whoops. Go back, sorry. Rodney, for whatever reason, has written this rather curious letter publicly. The way he frames it is odd. But see, much of what's in here is really good because he talks about what he's done, about his experience. I mean, 90% of this looks quite good. But this is what I mean about too long a paragraph, too long sentences. He doesn't even have a space between these. This just is not going to work for me. But he does help me get to know him. So I'm thinking, well, do I connect with him? Why would I connect with him? Oh, now I have a clue. He's local. Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm more likely to connect to local people. And really, I don't think I have too much to lose in connecting. So what I'll do is, but I might want to write him a note first. Oh, there goes Hannah, thank you. So watch this carefully. If you have like me and Rodney, you're just not sure if you want to connect, what you do is you click on manage all. And now see what I can do here? Is I can write to Rodney. I can say, thanks for the, for the invite to connect. What prompted you? That's what I like to say. Prompted you to reach out to me. Oops, sorry. So now this goes into the interior messaging. That's messaging on LinkedIn. It's just like Messenger on Facebook, and we'll see if Rodney writes me back, right? Make sense? Here's Hannah. I love that arty photo, but you're gonna change it. Okay, so we're gonna accept her because she's my new best friend down there, yes. So that's cool. So now I can go back and look. Then usually it'll say, oh, people I may know. Here's an important thing I'm gonna show you in the time remaining. Here we go, just a couple minutes. So they're gonna show you, sometimes they'll actually show me people Hannah's connected to, but here it's just other people. And unless this gal here is like my sister-in-law or somebody I used to work with, I'm not just gonna click on connect. Let's say I'm gonna look into her, see who she is, and then maybe I will reach out to her and ask her to connect. I don't do that too often with people, and it's kind of like a cold call to use the sales term. I don't generally say, oh, you look nice, you know, we met, you're a realtor, I work with a lot of realtors. It seems sort of salesy almost. So I think I would see who I have in common with her. And I'd look at this list, and I'd say, you know, it's a bit of work, all right? So I go to one of these people, and who I know better, like Lucy Morgan, she's really nice, I know her pretty well, Robin. I say, how do you know Sean? And then I'd ask them maybe to introduce me through email perhaps. Then we could become LinkedIn connections. But the point of all this is, on your phone especially, whoever bothers to go and send a personal note, like I did before when I sent the invite. But one thing I want to make sure to show you is when you find people here, and you go and find them on, let me just find, I'll find her here. You want to look at, so you find somebody on your app, view profile, who knows, you're always on that, who thinks they're on the computer. And then when you see more, so you view the view profile on the app, and then more, and look at that, personalize the invite. You can write them a nice note, and that will score points, especially if they're older. You know, maybe not if they're your age, it's like fine. But really, this LinkedIn is not Twitter. LinkedIn is not Instagram. those by their nature just follow it, fine. And people don't have to get permission unless they, of course, have a private account. So I just want to make sure to leave that point with you in terms of connections. But as was said by Brendan, you know, LinkedIn is terrific for staying in touch with people you haven't seen in some time. And you just may never have seen one person for years. And then all of a sudden, this happened to me, they'll track you down through LinkedIn, and I've gotten business through that. And I don't think that's only because I work in social media. So any final questions on this note? Thanks for your interest, good group, pay attention.
And this is a good class.
Yeah, I heard you had a good report coming in here.
Joyce speaks to my classes every semester. And
Yes.
last semester, we had a class where nobody talked. And so she said, what's this group like? I said, no, this group's awesome. They talk, they ask questions, they're great. So, and speaking of questions, does anybody have questions about the assignment that you're going to do based on what you just listened to? No, because we went over it all on Tuesday. Awesome, yes?
I want to comment of like something LinkedIn also helps with, because I had created it my first year in college, but it helped reaching out to an older professor I had when I was in high school that I took like an entire like 2-year course with. And I was able to connect with her and help me with like a resume as well as reference letters. So you can find a lot of like, previous educators.
That's a really good point to say at your stage in life. It is very appropriate, not maybe on Facebook, but on LinkedIn, to find those former teachers of yours, those educators, whom you have especially 2 years and really close with. That's a great person to be connected to on LinkedIn to help you and you could help them.
It is important, as Joyce mentioned, though, to wait till after the semester.
Yeah.
Only because the teacher can get accused of favoritism or whatever and so forth.
It does put her on the spot,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm thrilled to have my former students on Facebook and on LinkedIn as soon as they become former students.